people want to be wanted.
Yeah.
Like there's just a philosophy out there. Like it's so easy to say, oh, if people wanted to, they would, or I can wait 10 days and see what happens, or I'll push it off to next week. But it's like action creates momentum, like not the other way around.
Today, we are joined by Nate, who is actually a friend of Raheem, who was our last guest. And Nate, if you want to give just like a little bit of an intro about like yourself, maybe where you're from, and you know what you're up to these days, that'd be great.
I'd love to. Well, one, thanks for having me. Thanks for coming to our great office here.
Appreciate it.
We're neighbors in Carlsbad here, which is great. And yeah, so Nate Woodman, background is graduated Penn State University in 2020. So during COVID, which was a little bit of bananas, but grew up in State College. So if you look at Pennsylvania on the map, literally like the center point of Pennsylvania, the town's called State College. Where Penn State is, I bleed blue and white. So that's my go-to team is anything Penn State.
Cool.
And started out at Vanguard, is on the institutional, not the security one, the bank, the big institutional asset manager in Philly. But it's kind of funny that we're right across from the security Vanguard. And then went to work at BlackRock, big finance firm.
Yeah.
And then have been working here at Intersection Capital for the past couple of years, really doing targeted capital raising with institutions, RIAs, and accredited high net worth investors.
Dude,
So,
that's sick.
Very, very cool. I mean, I feel like that whole world of just like high level finance is very like hard to tap into, especially like directly out of college. And that's a lot of people's just like dreams in general, you know, if you're studying finance or studying just business somewhere like Penn State. So, I mean, I guess the first thing I'd ask is like, did you know that you wanted to go into that sort of thing early on? Because I feel like a lot of people, they have to make that decision like pretty early on.
100%. I knew growing up, I probably was like 6 or 7 years old. I still have the cash register. Do you guys remember like the old red and blue cash register? It was like Fisher Price. That one.
Yeah.
We had a setup, I called it Nate's Store, where I would sell, I have two older brothers, I would sell little junior mints for like 5 cents a mint. I would sell ice cold waters in the fridge just to my brothers and their friends, and they'd come over for 5-10 cents a pop. And then ended up selling little eraser heads that looked like a frog to people in like my elementary school. And for 50 cents, like I bought them at Walmart for 25 cents, sell them for 50 cents. And then when I was in high school, my summer swim team, which was really big, impactful for me, I swam in college, was the Science Park Summer Dolphins. It's like our logo was the Dolphins. But I realized one summer that there was no apparel for this 500 family person pool and swim team. There's no, like, I couldn't get any dolphin apparel. And so therefore I started a clothing company literally called Dolphin Apparel.
That's awesome.
The URL was open, so literally dolphinapparel.com is still cooking. It's all print on demand. But then when I was a senior in high school, I really started it and carried it through high school because I was like, hey, I just got my grandma's like 2002 Chevy Tracker. And so it's like rusted, it's like burnt gray, crazy, it clunks when you drive. But I was realizing like, wait, all right, now it's like October, senior in high school. I got this car and I just needed gas money and I wanted to zip around and like have fun with my friends.
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, what if I sell these shirts not just to the summer, which ended because I made all my money teaching swim lessons and selling the shirts in the summer. It's like, what if I want to sell them to my high school friends? And at the time I was taking this advanced accounting 2 class where I was able to say, hey, if I have this business and I grow it, I was able to have like access to some of the great teachers in my high school help me like actually apply to the stuff I'm using today. It's like general journaling, credits and debits, like how to do a payroll, how to do this cool stuff. And I thought, all right, hey, if I walk up to a high school friend and I want them to buy a t-shirt, say it cost me $10 to make and I sell for 15. One, it's got to look good. It's actually got to be legit. 2, they got to be wanting to support me in somehow because it's like the t-shirts that I carelessly threw me if they're repping it.
Yeah.
But then 3, I was like, well, I got to find a way to get back too. Like I want these people repping it and having a story to talk about, like some sort of narrative. So we ended up using a portion of the profits to adopt dolphins.
No way.
So like we've adopted 3 dolphins, Addie, Milo, and Splashy. That's still like with certificates and like they're out there and it's kind of through a conservation thing, which is unique. But then all of a sudden I'm senior in high school adopting dolphins and having people rep. And then my last day in high school, our summer league had a mascot called Danny the Dolphin, which is this massive, probably like 6.5 feet tall costume. I paid one of my friends to wear it the last day of high school. So he walked through and we'd go class by class and people would take photos with the dolphin and be like, oh, Danny the Dolphin for Dolphin Apparel.
Dude, that's...
And then that kicked me off. So then that's what I do. I like the sales side, I like the finance side. And like I could keep going, but basically then Penn State wrote a couple articles about me because during COVID, me and my roommate and I got some TikTok videos to go viral. It's like we had a video get 13.5 million views.
Gee.
Just crazy during COVID.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about serendipity and how all these things line up. Then when I'm at Vanguard, probably 6 months in my job, I get an email all caps that goes, "Hey, is this you?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh." And so I'm like an unknown email at Vanguard. And all it is a link to the article that Penn State wrote about me that mentioned my TikTok stuff. And it all just so happens to be that this institutional team was pitching TikTok to manage all of their institutional coworkers' assets, basically employees' assets. And they didn't know what TikTok was at the time.
Really?
So then all of a sudden they stapled me onto the pitch team. And after probably like 2 months and a few different pitches, I was speaking live in front of the TikTok HR people, and we ended up winning that client.
What year was this?
That was 2020 to 2021.
So that's when they started to find out about TikTok.
Yep. That was like, well, TikTok was growing so fast and they started expanding in the US, especially because of COVID was helping it. They needed a new record keeper and asset manager. And so Vanguard had a chance to win it.
So you that's when you first started getting into the pitch.
Pitch side, yeah.
Pitch side of things of like venture capital, but not fully there.
Not there yet. And I was still like in this leadership rotational program. So I was trying a little bit of different things. And then I got the opportunity to go to BlackRock, which was work directly on the sales desk. So that was cool. Really get to sharpen my tools, like slinging mutual funds, ETFs, anything we could do.
Yeah.
And just learn the ropes that way.
In layman's terms, what is the sales desk at BlackRock like? What are you doing,
Basically, I fell in love with it because it's a bunch of people with the same job as you, just covering different parts of the country. You're trying to break through to the unengaged. You're trying to take people who might be an advisor, like in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan, who currently has some BlackRock assets, but could use a lot more. And you're trying to earn a meeting with them, present some products to them, build a relationship, not ultimately trying to win the trade. And then from there, trying to defend the assets from them. But you got, picture it like 5 people in a row, like ducks in a row, working the phones, scheduling meetings, pitching on Zoom, going back and forth, and you're overhearing everything. So like, not only is it easier for you to get nervous because you're speaking and everyone's listening, but it helps you learn because you just put your headset down for a second and you're hearing John in the other corner just like doing a symphony for a specific pitch. And you're like, wow, I need to chat with him on that specific product. Because BlackRock has such a large array of products that like my skill set might be presenting something and yours might be different, yours might be different. So the power of that is, hey, we all have the same job. Like, let's all practice and we share notes.
Bounce off each other.
Yeah.
That's similar to what I'm doing now.
Okay.
I'm on the sales floor and we're all pitching like our software. We're selling event management software. And I get off a call and then I hear my buddy over here just killing it on a pitch and I'm just listening. I'm trying to learn from him. And we're just bouncing strategies.
Just riffing.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. Yeah.
No, I love that stuff, dude.
I always think like, sometimes you got to write a symphony for each client, even though like the sales might be different, the cold call might be different, the warm lead might be different. Like each case, even though you can have your scripts, you fall back to your level of habits and preparation, but like sometimes you just got to strategize. You got to go back to the drawing board and be like, what are we doing here?
Especially with like having multiple different products. That's a whole different game. Like,
well, imagine someone calls you and they go, hey, what's your best idea today? And you have 200 different products you could pitch. Right. And they won't know the difference whether you pick A, B, or C. But you got to have courage, confidence, and conviction. I called it the 3 C's in my head is like, hey, like if I have the courage to bring up the product I like, I have the confidence to speak truly about it and like own it and honestly and like have a vulnerable conversation about why I'm picking it. And I have the conviction on that. I think it's be a good fit for their clients. That's all you can ask for.
How do you determine what product to pitch what client?
My first screen was would I let my mom invest in it? That was my first screen. I was like, hey, I put my mom into this. Like, and you build that vulnerability and trust with the advisors. It's like, hey, it's like they straight up ask, hey, would you put your mom in this today? Now, like part of what you have to do is understand what's their client's goals. Everyone's got different goals, but like that would be my first screen. Everyone's got different things, but it's depending on what the market's doing. Depends what their risk tolerance is. It depends what other stuff they're invested in. Like, I don't like to give people the menu unless I know what they're hungry for.
Right.
So like you got to say, hey, we're an ice cream shop. We'll give you any ice cream flavor you want, but I can't just let you in the back and start scooping it out. Like there's some sort of service that we have to develop here, and that's understanding what you want.
How much time do you take to do that sort of like discovery when you're working with a client? I mean, it probably varies a lot, but just to discover like what sort of thing that would be the most interesting or appealing to them, I guess.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like I have a whole block in my calendar called pre-meeting prep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like probably there's more prep than there is, because think about it, like I may prep for 2.5 hours just for a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah.
And like all I'm trying to do is earn that next conversation. Like every day in my head, I always think, hey, if I call someone and say, hey, can I have 5 minutes of your time? And if I take 15 minutes, then they're not gonna pick up my phone call again. But if I say, hey, can I have 5 minutes of your time, and I take 3 and it was valuable, it's the 3 key things I always think about in my head. You gotta save you time. They're gonna make you more money, or they're gonna make you look better in front of your clients.
Yeah.
I can do any of those 3: save time, look good, make more money. If I can hit on any of those 3, trifecta, golden triangles, you hit all 3. But like speed, quality, price, you don't usually hit all 3.
Yeah.
But if I can earn the 3-minute call, earn the right that, hey, if I call, you pick up, we're gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate close is like, hey, what should we be doing together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like people, when they're at such a high level or such a high net worth individual, time is money, like 100%. So if you can get your word across like within 3 minutes rather than 5, then that like speaks volumes for like how much you can do.
well, yeah, imagine they have, not only they themselves, which we all have our own problems and goals and aspirations and family and all this stuff, but then they have 200 families they're managing too. They're life planners, estate planners, tax planners, financial planners. They're their life coach. Like, oh my gosh. So when you think about, and me calling them, there's also probably 50 other Nates across the country also calling them. And so I always joked like, hey, when I was scheduling meetings for other people above me, I still do this today. It's so much easier to schedule a meeting for somebody else than schedule a meeting for yourself. Because I call it the Ticketmaster rule. Is like, hey, if this was before Taylor Swift just had her world tour, but like I talked about this more for years, but it's like if you call Ticketmaster and Taylor Swift picked up herself,
Yeah.
you'd be like, wait, hold on. Like, should I be really paying $1,000 to go see you? Like, don't you have someone else manage this? But if I call and say, hey, my market leader XYZ is going to be in your area in 2 weeks from now, and they only have opening times from 2 at 4 p.m. And my guy will bring you a bottle of wine. Like, and I'm speaking to the other gatekeeper. Like, I can get you time with Mark, who's going to be in your area. What do you say? You know, the meeting chances skyrocket.
100%.
Seems like it's like you have to build a perception.
It's built
Yeah.
scarcity of time in a lot of ways.
Well, I think also, truthfully though, my guy's busy.
Yeah.
It's not building scarcity, it's scarcity. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
like if you think about all the RAs, I called it the advisor down the street. There's 50 other like you within, I don't know, 50 miles, 25 miles, whatever, you can pick your distance. If you don't want to meet with Mark, my job is to get Mark the meeting. It doesn't have to be with you, but like
There's other people.
there's other people. And so like as a gatekeeper or as the person who's deciding on meetings, do you want to miss Mark, who's not going to be in your area again for 2 months? So like part of it's building the scarcity, sure.
Yeah.
But part of it's also, it is real scarcity. Like I'm this
filter.
You're lucky to speak with me on the phone because I'm not going to call you again for another 10 days.
Yep.
And you might not pick up. You might be out for lunch. And I'm going to leave a message, but 10 other people are going to leave you a message. So all of a sudden, you and I might not be speaking together for 21 days. In the market, a lot of shit happens in 21 days. You probably had 400 client questions in 21 days. Do you really want to be without missing Mark?
Yeah.
And they tell me no, okay, and go somebody else.
Yeah. I feel like for people that are starting out in sales, it's easy to feel like your time isn't as valuable as some of the high level clients that you're working with. But then as you progress, you start to realize that like you have to treat your time as extremely valuable as well and communicate that so that you can have that kind of mutual level of respect in a lot of ways. So
I get so passionate about this because like nowadays the buyers are more intelligent than the sellers on the product. Like with your product, if someone Googled all your stuff, they're going to know more about your competitors and you than you probably know about your product.
No, for sure.
From AI, Claude, like it's picture like on an Amazon product, right? Where in the old days, you would know more about it than the buyer. But nowadays the buyer, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
And so what they would lose access to is not the product. Like everything's kind of similar now. They lose access to you. Like you're the Yoda. You're the person that gets them to Narnia. You're the person that picks up when they call. You're the person that knows other people in the industry. You're the people like, hey, if the product goes down or there's something stuck, they call you and you pick up. Like the power of that is so rare and real that to me, when you're asking about like, hey, yeah, their time's more valuable than mine is. I don't ever believe that
Yeah.
because I have a solution for them. And if it's not a good fit, I'd rather us find that out now than be 6 months into a year-long relationship than being like, it's not a good fit. And we're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's figure it out now. Like,
Yeah.
and I only want to do business or spend time with people that also feel the same way.
Yeah.
And so people always talk about like, oh, the close, you gotta slay the dragon, right? Like, it's like, just lower the stakes.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we doing?
Was there like a growing period where you had to feel like, okay, these are big clients, but they're on the same level as me? Because I feel like you have you can't look at them above you. You have to have them on the same level as you when you're going into these
Totally.
conflicts.
I mean, or even you can be above them in a sense. But think about it, like when I was just starting out, still to this day, dude, like when I don't shave or when I do shave and I just get a fresh haircut, dude, it looks so young, so crazy young. And so I'm always fighting an uphill battle where I'm looking across from someone who has a lot more season in their career, seen a lot more stuff. And really, a lot of people get rewarded for saying no, not yes in situations. So it's already an uphill battle. I still fight that to today.
Yeah.
And so it's 100%. I still think about it like every day. It's a battle in my head to think about like you're worthy, like you are the prize, you're providing value to them, like you're just trying to build the relationships, and you got to focus on what's important, which is human relationships.
Yeah.
Like that is what the most important. Like especially as AI comes. Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
Like the key is to me is how you're going to stand out is genuine human relationships. Like
100%.
Seems like that might be the only thing left, after AI kind of automates everything else.
I mean, at least now I think so. Like there's great power in relationships. There's great power in like, hey, picking up the phone and saying what's up. Like sending a text, hey, just thought of you about XYZ. Like building that. Like they taught me, I had a really good mentor at BlackRock, and he was like, he called it the 1,000 cups of coffee, where you call when the weather's bad. You call when the market's up. You call when the market's down. You call when you get promoted. You call when you get fired. You call when you have nothing to talk about. You call because like product manager just got promoted or switched teams or whatever. Or you call because your boss just got a new job. You just call because their kid just graduated college. You call because you want to check in on their business.
There's always a reason.
There's 1,000 reasons to call. And like, I think after that, I live in this like mystical, magical, and mysterious. There's like the three things, like if you can, the relationships are all that way. And so, but if you stick to the habits and you stick to different kind of values that you have, you can make magic happen. You can do the mystic stuff where it's like the memes of like, oh, I'm a wizard. And you're like, how did you do that?
We've been getting into those a bit recently. I love this.
Like in a sales role or in a capital raising role where like I'm looking across from one asking someone to wire me $1 million. It's a little bit of it is magical. A little bit is like mythical. It's mysterious. You're like, how do you can't articulate that, right? You can't, and that's the fun. So you chase every day.
It's an intangible kind of thing too.
And people can feel it.
Yeah.
It's the certainty. It's like, hey, do I want to spend more time? Like I always think big time is like when you're deciding if you should hire someone, is like the airport test. Have you guys heard of that?
I haven't heard of the airport test.
Basically like, hey, if you have similar candidates, which one would you rather be stuck in a 6-hour layover with in the airport with?
That's a really good point, honestly. I've always heard of, do I want to spend 8 hours with this person every single day? Like something like that,
it's easy.
Similar concept for sure.
Yeah, and you're just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna put my headphones in, let's relax, and let's say what's going. And I think that's a good focal point of like, hey, should we spend more time together or not? Like, do I want to go on a run with you? Do I want to go walk? Do I want to go get food? Like, we gotta live our life together at some point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're not just selling, you're kind of leading this person on a journey with you to the end result,
And all of a sudden, like if they become your client, you're signing up to spend more time together. So you kind of have to decide, like, that's where it's a two-way street, where goes back to that question of like, hey, am I struggling thinking that their time's more valuable than mine? It's like, well, shoot, if I do close them or we do business together or whatever it means happens, you're signing up to spend more time with them.
Yeah.
So you have to decide yourself, do I want to sign up for this?
Yeah.
And that reframes the whole angle is like all of a sudden you're vetting them as they're vetting you.
So there's like it seems almost like you're focusing a lot more on like disqualifying rather than qualifying.
I would say I focus more. So I want us to work together. I want us to have fun. I focus more on having fun,
Yeah.
on the lightness of it.
Yeah.
Like it goes to the law of attraction, right? Like,
Yeah.
you guys heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
it all goes to that. Like, whatever you're looking for in life, you will find. Like, that's a scientific fact, and like gratitude reciprocates. And so if I'm looking for us to have fun, I'm looking for us to like make money together, or to get a new job together, or to go to Kenya. Like, I went to Kenya and ran 2 marathons. Like, if I'm looking for that
That's
stuff,
incredible. Hell yeah.
it's gonna happen.
Right.
And so I don't look to disqualify. I look basically for what we should be doing together, because I truly believe like there's something we could be doing together. Might not be us doing business together, but like I love to run. We might go for a run together.
Yeah.
We go board and brew together. We go on a walk. Like, we can go surf. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be business.
No, it doesn't
You're
have to.
coming at it from a whole different.
And it's not a. And any time I have to live in it, it's not a no. It's just a maybe. I'll see you later.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if someone tells me no, well, one, okay, cool, it's not a good fit. I totally understand.
Yeah.
But 2, it's just not a good fit right now.
Right.
The life changes, market change. I think about conversations I have, like when I wasn't caffeinated, or like when I had a bad night's sleep. You're like, why did I do that? And then you're like, you end up looking back, you're like, that's not who I am. I would never say that. I would never. And it's so everyone's got their own stuff going on. And so, yeah, there's an angle of like, you can think, hey, instead of always be closing, always be leaving, where you're kind of walking away. But I'm always trying to figure out, we should be doing something together. Just what is it? And it's you and I. It's our job to figure that out.
Yeah.
And that creates that sort of like lightness that you were talking about. And it like takes the
100%.
stress of these sort of big conversations way down and like
Lower in the
makes them more
stakes.
relaxed.
You have to, especially with, because the stakes aren't so small, but you have to lower it down.
I mean, imagine like getting someone to wire $1 million.
Yeah. That's an incredible feat of wizardry.
And I mean, it's like contextualized, right? But in my head, you have to feel that way in a sense, because it's one, like, whatever, we all go in waves. But like, to get someone who just met me 2 weeks ago, for me to then fly to like Monahans, Texas, 6 hours west of Dallas, and to have them wire me $1 million, and then all of a sudden 6 months later try to get more money out of it while working with RIAs in the area to get their clients approved. Like, there's all these strings. Yeah, you just got to be like, what should we be doing? What do we got? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's a super cool mindset that I think I could apply to like what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And I think I could apply that to what I'm doing.
No, and
I think this is just genuinely great advice for anyone that's in sales, man.
I appreciate that. I mean, I've had a lot of good mentors.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, one of the best ways that I've found out to like some of these tricks and tactics and kind of habits is that I've had opportunities to just learn and fail. Like, ever since I had an internship in college where they gave me all the leads that said no to working with them the past 2 years, and they just let me rip cold calls.
Yeah.
And I was just ripping cold calls, inviting them to our technology summit in the summer of 2018, just going boom, boom, boom. And I'll never forget when I got my first person to not only come to the event, but then also purchase from us. It was like king of the world, top of the world moment where you're like, oh my gosh, like, this works. When you focus on a relationship and the value and like mutual goals and aspirations and all this stuff, you're like, what else can we do together? And then I think about too, like, in negotiation, there's distributive and integrative negotiation. Have you guys heard of this? So like, if the 3 of us were going to go buy a used car, like at the Hyundai dealership, Hyundai launched in 2016. That was the first car I bought, like, personally from a dealer. We want that dealer to not be able to feed their family at night. We want to get that car for as lowest as possible. We want them to lose money on selling us that car.
Yeah.
Like, we want to take food off that salesperson's table. It's a competition, and there's 1 unit of value, and I want 1 for us, and I want him or her to have 0. Okay. But when you and I are doing business together, or doing life together, or figuring something out, it's integrated. We place different values on different things. So I use this example. So say, like, I have a cupcake, and you just finished a long run and you are needing sugar. You have a pencil and I have homework due in 10 minutes on paper, right? If we were to just try to do a deal and split up the value, it wouldn't make sense, because I don't want the cupcake. I'm already full, and I desperately need your pencil, and you're like, shoot, I want the cupcake. So now we're expanding the total value that exists, because I value the pencil and you value the cupcake more than the individual. So that's where trading and like negotiating and like having this relationship comes in, because it's integrated. You and I are working together. All of a sudden, instead of slicing up the one value pie, we're expanding it. because the value increased just by us having a conversation.
There's more pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah.
As
And so literally the surface area grows because there's more value. Like if you place 1.2 value on the cup, or if you place 0.8 value and I place 1.5, whatever you want to call it, it's more than one.
right.
And so there's such great power in like, hey, we don't have to split up this like, net even pie.
It's not like black and white.
No. Like when we go buy a used car, it's black and white. Like that car has a sticker price and I want it for $0. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But like people can get in trouble, including myself, applying that to the other. Or like trying to have different integrative mindsets to a distributive and vice versa. But like taking life as integrative, like even when you go get a coffee and saying what's up, you're gonna go back there, you're gonna go say what's up. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you kind of go
And
from
that
there.
goes back to like transactions where there's kind of a relationship being built out of it versus, a one-off sort of thing.
100%.
The used car. So I feel
And
like,
even if you want to debate it in a used car, if you're going to buy more cars,
Yeah.
it's integrative too,
Yeah.
right? Like, so that's like in a vacuum bubble. It's like, hey, I'm going to go to some random city, buy this one car, and then I'm going to be wiped off the face of the earth, right?
Yeah.
But that's why truly like everything in life is integrative. There's no, like, that person you buy a car from, like, might have a brother who then might want to invest in your new technology startup because while you're waiting for paperwork or get the tires changed, you start talking about what you're doing for work. All of a sudden they're like, hey, my brother's an angel investor. Like, can you send us over your deck? And all of a sudden you're buying 20 grand for a car, but you just got a 50 grand investment.
do you find yourself in fascinating sort of just conversations and situations?
All day, every day.
Yeah, with like
All day, every day.
because you're probably constantly meeting just
just riffing. Yeah. New people, like always friendly faces somehow.
You're integrative, not just like you're integrative with life and work.
yeah.
I don't think it's hard to beat someone if someone's working versus when someone considers it play.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
And so like if I'm just playing in my sandbox and sometimes my sandbox is smaller, sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's too big and I get trouble. But like as long as I'm playing and other people are considering it work, I'm gonna have a chance.
Yeah, and there's that super basic quote where it's like if you're working every day, what is it? Like working every day versus playing every day or something like that. I don't know.
Are you saying just like if you love your job?
If you love your job, then you'll never work a day
Yeah,
in your life.
100%.
That's what the
100%.
quote that I was thinking.
And so
of.
I believe
I could not figure that out.
I work hard every day. Like it's very hard.
Yes.
So that quote's cool, but for me, like playing also means I'm working really, really hard. But one considers play versus work is different.
Yeah.
Right. It's like I used to play sports and it wasn't easy.
Yeah, you're grinding.
But I was playing.
Yeah.
It was fun.
There's a
you know?
likeness to it. There's an
Yeah.
areas to it. And like you're building off one another.
That's where you perform the best too in that space.
Dude, and I always think like birds don't think about flying, they just fly.
Yeah.
Like when it's time to go, you just pull back the arrow and you just let it rip. Because as soon as you start to aim the arrow, it's just a little different, right? And so you just gotta pull back and send it. Literally, my Instagram is called Send It Legend. Like my username is Send It Legend. That's it. Like straight one group. Because I try to embody the mindset. Is like, are you silly? We're still gonna send it. Like we're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna put our chips on the table. We're gonna do like I'd rather die trying than live in regret.
That's a beautiful way to have an outlook on life, and I think that can translate to so many different industries, even outside of sales too, which is awesome.
And I think I've learned from watching other people do it. I've learned from my Twitter brothers. I've tried to learn like what I like, and then literally like my New Year's resolution this year is to be more of like a gatherer, an instigator, like a tone setter in a sense, because I enjoy so much riding off other people's success and like, hey, if there's a hangout, I'll be there. But one of my goals this year is to continue to push that and be a leader of setting like new friend hangouts, new meetups, even going on runs with people.
Yeah, I think we still have a little bit more time. Yeah, that was started early, but I think being like a connector is something that's so valuable. Like connecting other friends to other people and just like bringing people together is such a.
It's like what Raheem did. And
That's
just
what Raheem
having
did,
this
too.
conversation is like a perfect example of that.
And I'll say-
you know what I mean?
People want to be wanted.
Yeah,
Like there's just a philosophy out there. Like it's so easy to say, oh, if people wanted to, they would, or I can wait 10 days and see what happens, or I'll push it off to next week. But it's like action creates momentum, like not the other way around. Like once you start pushing the ball, moving forward, like an object in motion tends to stay in motion. You just got to be you start to get in the flow state and you start rolling. But something I've really been focused on this year, especially too, is like people want to be wanted. They want to be texted. They want to be called. They want to be reached out to. Like, I don't know if it made it the last cup, but I freaking cold emailed Mark Cuban and he responded. Like, people are looking for that. They're waiting for human connection.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And so I have found every time I'm nervous or shy or scared, but I just push through that in order, like under the guidance of human connection, I'm always been rewarded in more ways than I could ever imagine. Like, it's just in my head, bananas, crazy, all the above of like just the power of relationships. And then all of a sudden you have people like in your family and friends that are supporting you. They're pushing you, like you name it, they're there. Like, and that's one of the power of like friendships and stuff is like people show up and I try to carry that, but like helping to show like, hey, I want you in my life. I want you in this group. I want to go on a run with you. I want to like go on a swim with you. I want to work with you. I care about you. I check in on you. I think about you. Like I'm still writing handwritten notes. Like those things go a long way.
Yeah.
But it just goes back to like, man, people love to be appreciated and wanted, and we all love affirmation. Like our 5 love languages might be different; they might change every day, whatever. But like words of affirmation are at least one of the top 5 for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me think a lot about like my role and how I can reach out to people and give them that sort of affirmation, even if I'm not meeting them in person, because I have to do, and you do too, a lot of like outreach through the internet or through phone calls or emails and stuff like that. But you can still like show that affirmation even if it's not like a handwritten note. You can just put that in the verbiage of what you're...
Easiest way, one of my mentors taught me, especially like if you don't have their address or you don't want to be too like provocative, write a handwritten note, take a screenshot of it and email it.
That's really cool. That's a really cool idea.
Like, who else is doing that?
Yeah.
And then not because they don't want to or they don't think of it, it's because of time.
Yeah.
Intentionality. Like you got to have intention behind that. And like,
what are you putting on these notes? These handwritten notes?
You could say, hey, just thinking of you. Hey, we just, went to watch one of my clients' high school football games. And I remember watching LaShawn McCoy with you, like when he was at Harrisburg against State High football growing up. And you were in the marching band, XYZ, like just study or
just whatever, basically.
It's serendipity.
Yeah.
Right? Like what's made to happen will happen. And you can't force it. But like, hey, if I thought of you, I think it's really important to let you know I thought of you.
Yeah.
You can do it in so many different unique ways. You can take a video, you can send a text, you can send an email, but like it goes back to the 1,000 cups of coffee. Like, part of my job is to raise money. Like, and people know that. It's really hard sometimes when we're looking across from you and the meeting is adjourned because they know I want to take money from them. And so it's hard. That's really hard to do. I think getting $100,000 investment check from someone who just met you within 2 weeks is like one of the hardest things to do in the world.
For sure.
Probably
insane, right? And so that's where it goes back to like, how can I build this community? How can I build this?
Community is really important. That's been something I've been thinking about a lot is like, how do I build a better community of people to just, be bouncing off, supporting each other, just like, that's super important for like every man. I think every person to have that.
Person. And like as we get older, our friendships can prune and it gets smaller. But like I think of it, what I've learned in the work side and building those relationships and things like that, like it's true across family, friends, acquaintances, mentors, teammates. Like in next week I start a kickball
No way, that's awesome.
Thing in downtown San Diego. Like I know like 2 of the people on the 12-person team, but I can't wait. I'm fired up. 1, because I like to compete. Sure, no problem. But like 2 is you get another chance of buzz, another chance of connections. Like I think people like posting on LinkedIn, sending emails out, like us doing this podcast. Like think about why you're doing this podcast. I think in my eyes, not to lead the witness, but one of it's is to create more chances to connect.
For sure.
Like that's power why people post online. But like it's why I go to run clubs. Every Tuesday night I go to the Encinitas Run Club.
Hell yeah.
Like you don't know who's gonna walk through that door. I've made some of my best friends that way. Literally my first friend I ever made here, I showed up to one of the run clubs and I was wearing Penn State socks. And the guy comes up to me and goes, hey, did you go to Penn State? I'm like, yeah. And he graduated in 2016. I was 2020. He goes, hey, did you know XYZ, like studying finance? I'm like, yeah, I swam with her. She went to my high school.
No way.
What the heck? And all of a sudden he introduced me to other people. Like,
boom.
It's funny how that works, right? Like you get your first job and then you get your next job, but it's always like there's a quote somewhere in there where it's like, it's funny how, how things always work out that way.
Yeah.
But it's serendipity. Like if it's meant to be, it's going to meant to be in right place and right time. It's like, I have a couple friends from high school that moved out here, like from Central PA, and they live within like 10 miles of me here in North County, San Diego, and down in PB. Like we just hung out on Saturday.
Wow.
It's like the power of that, and you start to think about how you can be a magnet, and it's like, man, I would have paid so much money just to see those friends Saturday, and the fact that we just made it happen. You know, I'm still riding on a high on it.
That is the law of attraction lived.
100%.
For sure.
Whatever you're looking for, you will find. I guarantee it.
Yeah. And I also think law of attraction relates to like your mindset that you have too. Like you have to have a positive mindset to have the law of attraction like work it to its full.
Well, if you're negative, you're attracting.
Yeah, then you're attracting negativity.
And I also think too, whatever you're seeking is equally, if not more, seeking you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like at that point,
That's like reverse psychology.
kind of got to get out of. Let the universe do its thing. It's like you got to let the water boil. Yeah. Like you don't sit there and watch the water boil. You got to just let it boil.
Yeah.
Like we're not watching paint dry. We know the paint's gonna dry.
Right.
It's like maybe reverse, but also it's the assumption. It's like, hey, this is gonna go right. This is gonna go in the way I need it. It's gonna go in, you know, your faith, however basis you want to have confidence in. It's gonna happen, and if it's not, like, has there anything as there happened to you that you haven't been able to make it through? You're still in your grinding, your representation. You're representing your family, your friends. Like I think every day, like even when I'm speaking to you, I'm representing the hundreds of people that have invested in me.
Right.
Like I'm a living embody of like every people that have said yes, that have said, hey, go try. Like people that have believed in me before I believed in myself. You guys have those, like when I say that to you, people stick out. Is like people in your life that have believed in you before you believed in yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and then you think, oh my gosh, now responsibility is 2 words. Like, what is my ability to respond to do that for other people?
Yeah.
Like, how can I breathe life in other people?
Dude.
And you're like, shit, I got a responsibility.
Yeah, no, for real. That's like, you're thinking outside the box, and you're like, that's why I named this podcast Inside the Box, because I thought outside the box was cliche. So let's go inside the box.
100%.
And then that's kind of like what the idea behind this was too, is like, how can we like connect with more people, and how can we like uplift other people and like give them a platform? They're starting to do whatever they want to do. How can we like spread that,
Amen. Yeah.
bring that mission of other people's missions, not just ours, out to the world, you know? Like,
I think at the deepest level, or just the most basic level, just like having a podcast allows you an excuse to connect with other cool people.
right,
Just
it's
have
a
cool
great excuse
conversations.
to have a good
I used it. My t-shirt company I used all the time. It was like, hey, ask for advice, get money twice. Pitbull says, I love that quote. But like, because I have something I'm actively working on, people are out there, they want to help you. They want to spend time with you. Like you want to help other people. But if you don't have the platform or a reason to connect, it's harder.
right.
And so like, I love the idea.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Who's your guys' dream interview?
Oh, that's a good question.
Dude, we haven't
We've given that like a decent amount of thought, but I think we need to give it more.
I
think-
just put this on our board. So we have like a board of like things we need to do for the podcast.
Yeah.
I just put land one big guest, like someone that's like big. So like I just had the idea that we need to get someone like,
I think that a good aspiration would be someone at the level of like Mark Cuban or something.
Okay,
like
cool.
That.
Yeah.
for sure.
Incredible. I think like a pro athlete would be a really cool, that I could probably kind of leverage my brother's sort of connections to try and find something there. But yeah.
people who are just at the top of their game, you know, that's like, it's like, there is something magical in people who are at the top of their game. That's like just being around it. It's cool.
I'm a huge fan of the musician Mac DeMarco. Growing up, I saw him play in San Luis Obispo. I know he's not like a business entrepreneur sort of guy, but I think that'd be
It's a lifestyle.
cool person to talk to.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. If you were to interview someone, who would you be like your dream interview?
Ooh, I think a couple come to mind. One, Cuban.
Yeah,
I'll do
That would be
that.
sick.
yeah.
He actually did business with my dad a
No
long time
way.
ago. So
That's awesome.
my dad had his business card, and yeah, it was long back when Cuban started his online radio business.
I listened to an interview. His story's crazy.
The bananas.
Crazy.
And he grew up in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Where like my whole mom's side is, and so small world. But
That's wild.
Cuban, Michael Phelps would be good.
Yeah, that would be great.
I,
for you.
I swam in a couple of lanes, like warm up lanes with him.
No way.
Swim meet once. I was 16.
Legend.
So that'd be cool. And then, yeah, there's a couple other business people, I think, but those are the top 2 that come to mind. Is like,
Yeah.
you just different. Yeah.
Just like surrounding yourself or just being able to have a conversation with people like that. Just just enlightens you. I feel like it just makes you feel like.
And for me, like I'm still riding on the high of stuff I did like weeks ago. Like it gives you more energy.
Yeah.
Like I always think I'm just like when I speak to people or like I'm networking or whatever, or it's someone like I'm giving swim lessons to or whatever, I'm just trying to put more gas in their engine. Like it might not be motivating them because like for me, what helps me the most is just breathing life. Like I just want energy. The more energy someone can give me. And so like doing those interviews or meeting new people or seeing people like at the top of their game, as you said, like in the flow state, it's just, you know,
It's invigorating.
it's you're riding off their success. Like you're riding off you're seeing that like this is what it means to be disciplined, to try, to put yourself out there, to fail, to just like say, hey, we're gonna do this.
Dude, that's one thing I think is super important too, is like discipline. That's like the cornerstone of all of that, you know? If you don't have discipline, I feel like everything else fails.
Dude, we fall to the level of our habits.
Right.
Like is what it is. And so you can kind of slice that up in different ways, but
Yeah, that's so real. Back to the action, and then I want to ask you what you're doing now. Like,
Sure.
because you talked about BlackRock, but back to the action and the momentum thing. Like, I'll be looking at my list of leads, nothing's happening. It's like I have to go in there. I have to make that happen.
you gotta stir the pot, dude.
You got to go in. You got to start pushing the boulders, like, you know, for anything to work.
I just keep going back to it's funny how things always work out that way. Like you pushed one boulder and then that boulder went into another one. And then someone was like, hey, you're about to run into me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what do you do? And you're like, oh, hey, funny you ask, right? And then you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so it's all about like action creating that momentum. Because then it's like if you go for a walk, once you take your first like 5 minutes, like I want to keep going. I want to keep going. Going for a run, going for a swim. Right? Like it's just
It's that initial movement.
I
that
think
is super
something that's so fascinating for me that I've been seeing right now is referrals that I've been getting from other clients that I'm working with, and then they refer me to a different member of their team, and it's just
amazing. Well, I think about it. It's the easiest client to get as a referral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a testament to
That's-
you, though.
They're not going anywhere else when they're
They're sticky. They're going to buy from you, but it's also a testament to you that like you're doing good work, you're delivering value, you're doing what you say you're going to do, you're smarter, faster, better, you're doing it on time, or ahead of time, whatever it may be that's made that one person go, hey, this person is now going to make me look good by me connecting with my peer.
Yeah.
Like that's the ultimate is like, hey, if you can get someone to say, hey, you got to meet with this person.
And it's happening with me tomorrow. I'm meeting with someone tomorrow
You
because
just keep going. And then all of a sudden your shadow of impact too, like this is another way I think about it, is the power of that is all of a sudden your shadow grows. You know, I think about like the shadow of impact of who you're reaching, who you're impacting, who you're doing business with, all the above. Like as you get more referrals, your shadow now has more territory. And all of a sudden that territory then creates more impact and more depth.
And then
It's just a flow.
sometimes I feel like you don't even know the impact you're having until you see it. Like it'll
It's
just
so hard.
come
And-
out from the
Well,
side.
think about it with you. Like, think about the people impacting you, whether in life or business or whatever. They don't know it just yet. That's the power of reaching out, letting people know, articulating that, putting that like in the English language or whatever language you want to speak or write or whatever. To use Google Translate, but putting that into words is so powerful because it takes intention. It takes for you to think about it. It takes for you to write it down. It takes you to be like, wow, like this was momentum. This was monumental. This was like real. And I got to give that back. And all of a sudden, if that's what you're looking for and you're reporting back to it and you're sharing it, it's just velocity. It just happens again.
Then it starts to
Snowball.
snowball. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's all you're looking for. So if you're going out saying, hey, I'm going to have a great day today, you're going to have a great day. Like I always joked, like one of my mental coaches I had, performance coaches, he always joked, he's like, hey, when you go step out of your house in the morning and you see your car's gone, like someone stole it or who knows what, like don't be stressed or don't have your cortisol or go crazy. You got to have fun and laugh. You're like, oh, today's going to be fun.
It's an adventure.
I'm going to go find out where my car went.
yeah,
Right.
That's a whole new adventure.
Tremendous
That's
sort
just
of
perspective.
Different
mindset to
frame.
be able to have.
Yeah. And it's a fight every day to be in that. But like, man, when you get into bliss, like pure bliss and joy when you're living that way.
for real.
And then you just,
And you can see it when you're walking around and just like trying to just have like a positive mindset, and like you want everyone to have a positive mindset. Not everyone can have it, but it's just like
I think you have a responsibility to help impact it.
help as many other people be positive.
There's that some quote, I don't really know, but it's like if you put an egg in boiling water, the egg softens. But if you put a coffee bean in water, it turns into coffee. Like, are you gonna have the temperature dictate you, or are you gonna dictate the temperature? Right? Like, if you have an opportunity to carry the boats, like, and people are gonna look at you, and I think it's people are craving that now. Like, they want. I crave it. I crave someone to follow. I crave network. I crave relationships. I crave someone to be like, hey, this is genuine. This is real. Like, what are we doing? Like, asking like deep questions. Like, when's the last time you get to sit down with people, like ask real deep questions? Like, hey, like there was a good question somebody asked me last week. I still think about it to this day. It goes, if everybody across your life, family, friends, everyone you've ever met, alive and dead, if everybody was put in a room, who would be the first person you'd go and talk to?
I would have to think about that one.
Alive and dead that I've ever met.
Just like and you'll get to talk to everybody. Nope, it's not a rush, no problem. But it's just things like that where you go, when's the last time you had a deep conversation like that where you get to really share and all of a sudden you build the relationships that way.
And that's another thing we like about podcasting is it removes the cell phones, the devices, and you're just talking to something. You're just like focusing on how am I going to interact with this person to respond.
You got to pay full attention.
Exactly.
You got to not only listen to understand, we got to listen to respond. Like you got to do both. You can't be dancing.
There's focus involved. That's how, and it's like every time we have a podcast, we leave with like you're saying, like invigorated in a way. Like we have energy.
We did a good job picking guests then. That's good.
I guess. We have like an energy, or I mean lately with like Rohim and then you, it's like we went there and then now we have new ideas.
100%.
We're taking that and we're trying to just snowball it and
can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Dude, I'm excited.
I'll be tracking you.
Well, dude, for sure. We got to exchange like socials and stuff.
100%. Yeah.
That's good, man.
We have 11 minutes. So do you want to just tell us a little bit about like what you're doing now since you left?
Yeah. Then we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
So what we do now, we're sitting in a boutique investment bank, right? Like my boss got tired of renting out event spaces. And with that, like if you come to a 2-day conference at a Hilton, you can be in your room half the time. You can be doing work emails. Like you're going to be busy. It's going to be hard to have your attention. Here we joke, it's free to get in. We got to give us $1 million to get out.
Yeah.
Like there's $1 million video wall, full AV setup, everything. We just had a big investor conference here last month, but it's a unique warehouse in Carlsbad, coastal adjacent, right behind the Palomar Airport. Like here we raise capital. So whether it's for companies, businesses, startups, late stage, it's deal heaven. Like this is the deal house. And I live and breathe deals. Like I love it. And what I love to do, literally like 6 months ago, I went to China to raise capital.
Wow.
Like I go to Italy every 3 months. They have me zigging and zagging. And I'm the first guy to hop on a plane because I believe in the power of, human relationships that way. But we raise targeted money for companies. And people get to come in through different vehicles, different tax advantages, different security types. Like there's just different avenues in it, but we're capital raisers at heart. Like we write the pitch, we own the narrative, we really get to know the founders and understand what they want. And we are able to kind of blend RIA, family office, institution, like the big checks with the $100,000 individual mom and pop checks and really create a synthesized cap table, like ownership structure that allows the owners and founders to maintain control. Because if you go get a big check from someone, a big bank, they're going to want control, board of directors, whatever you want to name it. The retail people care less about that. They just want a good share price. They want a good give them the best chance for investment returns, right? Like anything can happen for sure, but we're trying to give them the best chance, whether it's through a clean security, lower share price, whatever. You blend those two.
It's a super wide range, super dynamic.
You never know what's going to walk through your door.
Dude, and I'm glad I met you because, we're trying to find entrepreneurs, like start people's like, founding businesses. We had a conversation with a guy in New York. He started a tech startup. I just cold DM'd him on LinkedIn.
Love it.
And like, he just built this tech company. Like he's 24 years old, like, and has like 50 employees.
Wow.
That's crazy. And it's like, now maybe I could connect you with people like that. It's cool to know
100%.
this thing exists in existence.
You got
sick place, by the way.
Super sick place.
You got to come to one of our events. Like
we'd love to.
This is like, it's literally 3 people work out of this place. That's it.
Yeah.
And so when we have investors come in, though, it becomes magical because it's full and there's energy in their life.
Yeah.
yeah, let us know when the next one is.
100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, we could do some interviews too.
Dude,
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Was it the two guys that were in here?
Yeah, you saw Jeff
Yeah.
and Oren. Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah,
is super cool.
Oren's my boss. He wrote Pitch Anything. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's back there, that big script thing. But yeah, that book changed my life. It's about capital raising. It's about kind of having intention in human relationships. Super cool. And I got this job based off of cold outreach.
Really?
That's awesome.
Like my origin is I intern out with this group summer 2020 during COVID. And for the past year leading up to that, the technology internship I had where they let me do the calls, we read his book, Pitch Anything, during our Monday morning sales school. Like it was our book club for a month. Ended up doing his book at a BlackRock book club too. They let me lead, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
But I reached out to him probably 8 different times over the course of a year. Never got a response. Because he says at the end of the book, hey, if you want to learn more or whatever, email Oren at Pitch Anything. But at the time, his marketing team was managing that email box, not him. And so all of a sudden, I get an email from one of his marketing managers at the time going, hey, Nate, what are you up to this summer? And I'm like, what do you mean, E? Like, I started a job at Vanguard in a few months, but like, I think I'm going to coach swimming, but it's COVID, so I don't really know what's going to happen. And he goes, hey, well, I'm stuck in Poland because of COVID. They won't let me back in. And I want to make sure someone's in the office supporting Oren. Do you want to go out for a couple months and learn the ropes? And then 2 days later, I'm on a flight driving to Philly, and I fly out of Philly to San Diego here. And they got me an Airbnb. We're at a different office. It was by the In-N-Out in Carlsbad, so small. And I walked to the office every day to and from and loved it. And then came back, left and went my other jobs, and then had an opportunity to come back here and move across the country. But literally it all started off cold emails and ones that weren't received. Like I had to keep going. And after like you send probably 4 or 5 emails and nobody responds, start having fun with them. And so maybe that gave me a good chance. But like I put one as like, hey Warren, I checked the obituaries. Didn't see you. Everything okay? But still didn't get a response. So then you're like, all right, what's going on?
Yeah.
But it was just because it was going to his marketing box. But then just kept hammering. You just keep hammering, dude.
Keep going.
Keep get after it while you can.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like good stuff popped up.
That's
incredible.
incredible, bro. Super cool, dude.
I feel like you were able to drop so much just amazing knowledge. I'm super happy that Raheem introduced us to you.
Yes.
I could totally see us doing another episode or something like
Would
that.
love that, dude.
Just sweet, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll start a podcast together.
Yeah, that'd
be
sick,
sweet.
honestly.
That'd be awesome.
Like a little mini, what's that one called? The Founders or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, sounds podcast.
Yeah, we put Oren on it like once a month or something like that.
That'd
He has a
be
podcast too.
That'd be
Yeah,
incredible.
he's killer. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do media content. We got Raheem going.
Hell yeah.
So like it'll be good.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Man.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Inside the Box, episode 19 with Nate.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.